Welcome back, my fellow duplicates, to Oxygen Not Included. This is the Triple Printer Challenge. This is episode 18 of this challenge. At this point, I've been going in this challenge for so long, several big updates have happened to the game, and I'm actually quite behind the 8-ball on this stuff. One of the things is that we now have the new sensors, we also have all the new critters, so I can do the sensors, but the critters, well, I'd have to spawn them into the map. But at this point, it's really not worth it. I am just trying to make it to Cycle 100. If I can make it to Cycle 100, we can move on to the next challenge, and it'll be great. And we can kind of do whatever we want to do at that point. There's a million ideas that you guys have posted over there, so we'll try to take a look at some of that stuff as well. But I'm looking forward to it. Let's see if I can make it to Cycle 100. I should have the food. In the last episode, you know, it wasn't very technical, but I spammed a lot of mealwood, and we've made a lot of progress on the war against calories. So that's going to be very, very helpful to our cause and everything that we're trying to do here. There's a lot of stuff. Come on now, you need the exosuits delivered. We got to get all that. The other problem I'm having over here on the left side is that there's a lot of polluted oxygen still over here floating around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in an airflow tile floor, and then on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and put in some of these little like deodorizers here. I put them up top. They're doing their job. They don't necessarily need to be up there anymore. A lot of the polluted waters, polluted oxygen at this point is going to be coming from the polluted water down here as it kind of bubbles off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of a deodorizer right down here along the bottom. And then at that point, as we kind of work through this, or so to say, as that, you know, the polluted oxygen comes off of the polluted water, it will be converted into oxygen, so that'll be awesome. One of the things that you guys were talking about a lot over in the comment section as well was automating the food system here. Now that is one of those things that I simply cannot do, and the reason I can't do it is because I just don't have anybody that has the skills in order to do it. My job system here is a little bit behind where it should be, or shall we say a lot of bit behind, because the job upgrade to the game actually came out around cycle 50 in this challenge. So everybody was a little bit slow. One thing I can do is I can get some senior architects over here which are going to build even faster. Although it's not like I have a challenge building anything in this game because I've got, you know, so many duplicates. I can just build anything I want in just about a cycle. So long as they don't entomb themselves and die and make things absolutely horrible. But luckily, some things here can be upgraded, so that's absolutely awesome. I got some new duplicates over here that are unemployed. There we go. We'll also get a chef. Perfect. Who else? I do need a lot of chefs. I should really work on that area that's right down there where I do a lot of cooking to make sure that I have enough to cook everything I need to cook. Just got a new gopher. We could do that. That'll be great. A new engineer. Perfect. Can never have enough of those. Miners, perfect. Hey, already high level on that one and everything. And a groundskeeper, even though you're a little bit bad at it, you'll go ahead and do that. Over here, we do have an exosuit engineer, so they can actually move faster. And one of the things I thought was kind of funny is Ari the Entombed was like one of these really slow duplicates. I'm going to upgrade her so that when she actually goes into the exosuit, she can just move quickly. So that's pretty awesome. Anybody else? These are a bunch of couriers down here. Dr. Fanta, I don't think it's really worthwhile to have too many people over there. It's not like I really worry about it. But the thing that we're seeing here is that the mechatronics engineer, nobody's made it far enough through everything in order to be qualified. There are a few people inside it here, like Night Huntress, I think Jason, that are looking or have the abilities. They've reached, you know, they've gone through this over here, and then they've gone back to go through the courier, and they're just about to the point of being into the mechatronics engineer, but not quite. So I can upgrade a lot of my general engineers here and make them electrical engineers. I've got a massive workforce. Look at this, it's just ridiculous. What about down here? We do have a farm hand, so I can train up another person for ranching, even though I have nothing to ranch at this point. I mean, why not? Senpai Fox, there you go. Plumber, hey, there we go, plumbing. Becoming a plumber allows you to empty pipes without leaking water everywhere. Oh, good. That's the reason I wasn't able to empty those pipes. And since I need a lot of that, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade some people to the plumber. Because I'm going to be reworking the water system. Because in the last episode, we ended with pretty much a flood. So People going to the bathroom all over the place. I really need to rework the bathroom system so that it's recirculating and, you know, does what it needs to do. Ooh, cook. And I can go up to a chef. Perfect. Who's going to become an artist? Poo tank. Absolutely. It looks like I got some apprentice miners that can be upgraded as well. So many people needed a new job around here. Look at them all. Might as well take up the exosuit engineers here. You know, just make it happen. Frankie, Gene. So that'll be really useful, especially when it comes to people picking up stuff and moving it out of that area if they are to use the exosuit system. So that'll be really useful, you know, to get that food in and get that food out. We're going to reconfigure this one to auto just for a little while. All right, so for the last thing I'm going to plan here is we need to take a look at the plumbing system. If we take a closer look at this, we can see that it is maddening. So we're going to cancel that. We don't really need that. And we're just going to deconstruct a lot of these liquid pipes because we don't really need this. This is just going to become a recirculating system. And if I can get rid of that pipe, then I will. And I'm just going to have that pump out as possible, you know, to fill up the stuff over here on the left. So what I want to do is I want to bring in water, hot water, mostly hot water at this point. So we've got all of this liquid water. Of course, the water is usually liquid. Yes, we've got all of this water that's being pumped in from our steam geyser over here. And it's flowing in, and we can kind of suck it up and distribute it as need be to all of our different sources. So I really want that main system here to feed all of my oxygen systems. So it's right over here. You can see this one. So that's feeding there, but that also needs to feed the rest of this stuff. So what I really want to do, I believe, is use the liquid bridge over here so that I can feed it directly, like right there. But the one thing I had was a problem here was the sandstone, because the temperature was just not that great. So I'm going to deconstruct these liquid pipes, all of them, and I'll work on replacing that with abyssalite. I wish there was an option to flip liquid bridges. I think that would be a pretty good idea. You know, if you want to flip it from one way to the other, somebody comes on over and they work on it, so you don't have to deconstruct it and reconstruct it. Yeah, that might be an improvement. Another 4 months of work for the poor developers. I should just stop talking. Alright, so there we go. That will flow in like that. We're just going to deconstruct this liquid pipe here so we don't have to worry about it. Just get rid of all of that. Just want to make sure that the bathrooms have something to operate with, you know. Otherwise, we're going to have a real problem. So if that comes in, it is then dirty water. And it still flows out the correct direction, so that's good. Gosh, look at all this. Well, we need a lot of mopping. We've definitely emptied some liquid pipes all over the base at this point. Alright, so this is a consistent problem that I've been having. Is that the duplicates, they keep dropping stuff while they're going up this ladder. And it all is piling up down here at the bottom. So I'm just going to add a couple of landings so that when they go up and down, they don't actually have, you know, if they have to catch their breath, they don't drop whatever it is they're holding. Holy cow, look at how fast this dupe is. You're not really impressing me right now. So we'll just do that number. This poor, look at this slickster go. It's been, the crude oil was like down here at one point, but now it's everywhere. Gosh, I got a lot of crude oil down there. Probably should do something with that. Amount of plans I have to do with that, nothing at the moment. Whoa, more mopping. Oh no, what's going on in here? Somebody went to the bathroom. Oh, quit peeing on all our plants. I know you're trying to fertilize them, but it doesn't really work that way. Alright, so that's good. Now I want you to feed there, just like so. You can feed that one, and you can feed that one. I said quit making a mess. Oh, well, that's just going to turn into A piss cube bowl. Sorry, I've come up with some really bad jokes so far. Or maybe that's the yellow snow that you're not supposed to eat. I'll deconstruct that and kind of dig it up as well to do that number. So I can get out of there. Yeah, we'll let it flow. Perfect, that'll be just fine. Who's suffocating? Oh, in the bathroom, once again. We can create a couple airflow tiles. That should allow some of the polluted oxygen that's down here to flow through. Oh no, now you're peeing on the food storage. It's not good. Don't do that. Alright, so plumbing wise, things are starting to look a little bit better here. Sort of. That valve should be turned off at this point. Doesn't need to be on. No, don't do all that. I'm glad I have professional plumbers at this point because this is some serious spaghetti here. Alright, so if we get more in there, then we can pump it out, and that'll work just fine. Okay, so over here, hopefully people actually build some stuff. Let's go ahead and turn the priority up on that. Make sure it gets done. Look at how fast NiceBit actually creates stuff. Nope. She's done. Bilu. Where's Bilu? There you go. Have yourself a snazzy suit. Someone else. Is there another suit behind that? I'm not sure. Okay, this is one thing that actually happened during the update, is that the priority of sweeping up food and putting it in the containers actually became lower. So I gotta crank that up so that people actually prioritize grabbing this mealwood and delivering it over to the right. So one of the other problems I might have here is temperature. You can see how I've ended up in the cold biome over here on the left, and then that's going to create a very cold environment that I don't want to have affect my my new farm now. So I gotta go ahead and deconstruct some of this stuff that's right here. Make sure I sweep it up and all of that, and also insulate it out. I don't necessarily need to use insulated tiles. I can just use abyssalite. Make sure I do this number and really just separate that stuff out, and then use a door here. That'll be just fine. Maybe not that door. There we go. Alright, so we can see that the liquid is now flowing pretty good to everything that it needs to flow to. So I should be getting a lot of oxygen out of this system now. Alright, we're going to work on the sleeping quarters over here a little bit, because it needs some help. Just going to rearrange this a little bit so I can still make use of the polluted water for the pitcher. And things seem to be working out pretty good. Okay, seriously, just stop dropping mealwood right down here. It's ridiculous. What are you guys even trying to do? All right, so let's just make sure nobody's eating meal lice at this point. Make sure I select all of it and then unselect all of it. So that should take care of it. There we go. So now people jump across and then go back up. So hopefully that'll cut down on this madness down here. Gosh, how much is down there? Lice loaf? Just a little bit. Oh, more stuff just keeps dropping down there. Look, there goes some more. Splat, splat. Come on, oh, splat. It's like it's raining meal lice. It's crazy. One tile here will just like kind of help a lot of that. Look at it, see, there goes some more. Oh, okay, well, there we have it. Eventually, this slickster is going to make it all the way up, to the top of the base. All right, so one of the problems that I have with this base is temperature. You can see just how hot it is around here. Look at that, 43 degrees Celsius, maybe 50 in some places. It's hot. So I'm going to use gas pipes here, but I'm going to go ahead and make it out of granite. That'll increase the decor around here, so that'll be real nice. And we're going to create a couple of cooling loops for the base. So these are just going to be passive radiators. We're going to fill them with hydrogen, and we're going to use a cold biome with our new signals that we have in order to cool it down and pump it around. So these are where the radiators are going to be. Kind of here, there. Put them in all the major spots where the duplicates are going to be. And that's a lot of pipes. But, so that right there is a fair number of pipes. So now I need gas shutoff valves for all of this so that you know, if the temperature is not correct, then I don't have to actually activate anything. I could just kind of shut off the flow at this point. So each spot here has a spot where I can put that beneath it. So in order to feed this system, I need a feed line and then a return line. So the feed line is going to be, it's just going to kind of feed in here like this. You'll see it just comes in, flows, fills this up. This could be made of granite as well. So just like that, it'll flow in over here, and then it'll disperse to all the different radiators. Then once this temperature inside of here reaches a certain point, it'll then flow back up into the cold biome. So up there in the cold biome, I'm going to go ahead and use some wolframite, and we'll go ahead and make it all the way up here. This is a good spot for it. So it'll come up here to cool down. So I could put a gas thermal sensor right there, one right in front of that one there as well, and all the way around. Everywhere that I can fit one. So I might need to move some pictures, or I could just kind of place it up, you know, in the next available spot. I don't think it's that critical. All right, I can go ahead and use granite for the return line because it's still going to add decor, and it's also going to, you know, it's still going to warm up a little bit. So as long as I set the temperature correctly, it's not a big deal. All right, so at this point, I'm going to switch over to abyssalite, and we're just going to run this all the way back up. So this is the return line. It's going to flow up, and it will return right here. Now the cold side, as it flows out, that will just follow it down like this, and that'll end up right there. So that should hopefully work out. It'll be a lot of construction, and then I'll also need to pump in at one point here, preferably on the return side, a bunch of hydrogen so that it fills the system up here. This radiator might need to be a little bit bigger, but we'll deal with that when we get there. I'll also need power all the way up here. This is a very large construction problem. You know, we'll see. A lot of stuff will be built. Man, look at that high decor. This one little tile, it's saving so much stuff from falling down. No! See? How much sleet weed do we have down here? A lot. I can't even see it. The list is so long. Oh, luckily they'll eventually build that, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. Looks like they got a fair amount of this built up here. That's pretty good. I don't know if that radiator will be big enough, but I suppose we'll find out. Whoa, that's a new record for the slowest dupe I've ever seen. Leon! Look at that dupe go. Wow, that is super slow. What is your stats right now? Athletics, -12. Anemic, Atmos suit, and soreback. -120 run speed. Oh, man. I mean, for real. Look at that dude. Look at how slow it is. Oh, my gosh. I kept having dupes over here that were traveling through this area to run this little manual generator every once in a while. They'd end up with heat stroke, so I decided to put in a couple of exosuits just to kind of nip that one. We're going to submit a bioscan over here as well. There's probably something fancy inside of there. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. And then the oxygen system over here. Yeah, absolutely full of water. Even if it is mildly confused. We want this one to be able to flow in like that. Not like this. We don't need that. There we go. We got some more dupes. All right, let's choose up another one. Caregiver. Welcome to the base. Welcome, Lindsay, to the base. And Axe, or Axie, AXI, welcome to the base. And then for Hassan, you are going to be Lee. Well, oh wait, do we already got Lee? I think we already got a Lee. You're going to be Scott. That's my dad's name. Welcome to the base. And thank you guys so much for supporting me over here on Patreon. There are some new goals that I've been talking about over there. And so far, we've made it to 50 patrons right now, with a total of 101 per month. Now, the big goal down here is about 2,000 per month, which is a full-time content creator. I'm trying to go full-time on here on YouTube to provide you guys with a daily show, not just covering Oxygen Not Included, but covering multiple games as well. RimWorld and Factorio, those are a couple of them. There's also some new ones that are going to be coming out here pretty soon that I'm really looking forward to. A Nimbatus, I think, is one of those. That looks pretty awesome. It's like a drone. You can make your own drone and like laser the crap out of a planet. I think that'll be pretty awesome. The other thing I'm looking to do, and this is going to be a new update for you guys here, is to continue to develop my 3D printer and then share that via an open source project. So I've got I've got my 3D printer up and running, and I'm working on my very first Oxygen Not Included print. So you can see that right here. This is it actually running in the background right there. And this is currently in its prototype form. There's going to be many changes to it, mostly around the wiring, but a lot of it also down there around the effector as well. But I've just proven this thing out thus far. I've got about 250 hours print time on the thing, and so far it's been a real champ. There's a lot of details on that I want to share with you, but so far the biggest thing I've printed is this right here. This was a project for my dad. It actually goes on the back of his trailer to help guide the boat in when he's loading it up. So the boat and the keel and stuff will hit this and kind of guide into the middle. He wanted it, so I designed it up. So what this project is an algae deoxidizer. Now this was actually created by Motion Brain over here. Joachim Lipka over there has been kind enough to model this thing up and deliver it to me, and then I've kind of reworked it. And there's a whole video on kind of reworking it a little bit to make it more printer friendly and assembly friendly in the whole process, and that'll be uploaded here in the future, although these videos are going to take a while. I mean, obviously this thing here it's going to be like this big. So it takes a while to pump out that print. As you can tell, it's printing in the background. It's going to be printing for a long time just to make this base unit. This thing will end up, hopefully, if it all works out, will be its own little bubble machine, which is pretty awesome for our very first project. So once again, thank you to all of you that are supporting me over here on Patreon. Absolutely awesome, and hopefully I get to bring this project to you and I can gain enough time to actually do this channel justice, because at this point the channel is growing well and it's really just a matter of time, and time is something that I just don't have a lot of these days. Honestly, I've been working about 12 to 16 hours about every single day, and then on the weekends as well I've been working on the channel or the printer as well just about all day. It's just been ridiculous this year, but I'm all pushing forward towards that goal, so hopefully that'll happen here pretty soon. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's continue on here in the Oxygen Not Included, the Triple Printer Challenge, and see what all we can get out of it. Looks like a lot of people are starting to construct the pipes. They really did construct the stuff that was farthest away almost first. I'm gonna get kind of chilly up there, Ren. I know 16 hours sounds like a joke, but let's see here. How many hours is that? If I wake up at 7... Okay, so I start work 8, I get off 6, that's 10 hours. So work is usually anywhere from 9 to 10 hours commitment. I don't get paid for all of it, but hey, that's what happens. So then I come home, usually watch some Netflix about from, let's say, 6 to 7:30, start in on the printer till 9. Hour and a half, and then YouTube usually starts around 9 and goes till 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 4, 5.5, yeah, 15 hours. Oh man, that's a lot. As long as I'm moving faster than Leon, I'll be doing all right. This poor person is going to starve to death because they're too slow to get to food. Oh man, you know what? I have felt that way many times in my life, where it's like, I'm gonna get off the couch and I'm gonna make myself some dinner, but you know what? I'm too lazy. Today's the day I starve to death. So I can relate, Leon. I understand. Now somebody give Leon some help over here. Oh, everybody's in the med bays these days. Leon. Oh, hang on. This is now available. So who can we bring inside it? Cathoda the Fox. Welcome. You're gonna be neural vacillated. So there we go. Drop you in over there. Hopefully that'll, as long as I don't forget about you. Temperature. What is the temperature? Ooh, it's gotten a little too warm over here. That's not good. Well, I guess I got plenty of backup. Oh, hang on. There's a problem over here. I didn't even think about this. That thing was not constructed. That needs to be built. My power system, yeah, could use a little help too. Some of this stuff is just a little bit, it's burning up. Why is that one burning up? Oh, it's just running out of power, huh? Oh, hang on. There's something weird going on there. Wow, I really don't understand. I think I just need a battery down here. So this system keeps turning on and off and on and off, and it's not really doing anything. So if I just put a little tiny battery right there, that should help it. Now this is a pretty good opportunity, since that is shut down for right now. I want to make sure I'm sending hydrogen up here. So we'll just build one little tile there, and the hydrogen will flow out. Or it won't. Why not? Why don't you like me? Oh! Oh no! Oh! I'm sorry! Just realized I completely forgot about Coda the Fox. My bad. My bad. Luckily, she gained the sunny disposition trait. So, you're minus negative 20% stress every single cycle. However, you've been zapped so hard that, well, you can't even move, apparently. Nope. Oh, there she goes. Alright, so I kind of have the opposite problem over here with the plumbing. Just want to make sure I let this flow out now. Go to 500. There we go. And we'll just disable this building for a little while. It doesn't need to sit there and run all the time. Poo tank will take care of the poo tank. Come on, I want to see that hydrogen flow. Somebody come on over here and fix this thing for me, please. Need a dupe, any dupe. And somebody's trying to die. Looks like we need a little help with the fertilization, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to allow people to go in and out again. I just control it with these little default arrows. That seems to do a pretty good job. Alright, upgrade a lot of people here. Oh, and we got some new dupes here. Okay, architect, yes. Miner, you got it. I don't really need an art student, but oh well, there you go. Have at it, Scott. You know what? My dad likes to paint too. Wow, it's all making sense here. Who else is suffocating? Who's Nope. Oh, people are broken. This isn't good. It's probably time to go ahead and build this electrolyzer system once again. Oh, maybe right down here. Although I do seem to be keeping up on algae, so maybe I don't need that. There's a serious lack of oxygen over here, so... Trivaldo, hey! You've mastered the mining, so I'm going to get my very first seasoned miner. Congratulations, Trivaldo. Harold as well. Also just completed that. Bam, look at Trivaldo go. He's like, hey guys, let me show you what's up. And he's out. He's like, I don't care, this is too cold up in here. Alright, so I'm going to set the temperature here to be above 20 degrees. If it's above 20, then it should run, and I'm all set. However, if it is below that, then it should just sit there. Whoa, don't click on that thing. I'm gonna make sure the priority on this goes up a little bit more. There we go. And if this goes below 0 degrees, then that will also turn on. So that'll be how that system runs. So it'll sense it, it'll sense that it's higher than what it should be, and it's gonna shut off. At that point, we'll build up hydrogen here, and then once it's cold enough, it'll cycle through. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Leon! The geyser is about to erupt, and you're gonna be in the firing line. Ah, you survived. Ah, geez. The danger level over here is like reached a new high. There's just so much carbon dioxide in this area. People are having a really hard time. We've got oxygen down here, You know, got plenty of oxygen right there, just not balanced at all. There we go. We'll get some oxygen over there. All right, let's see how the cooling system is coming along. We can see hydrogen is now flowing up into the radiant pipe. So at this point, we should see that the hydrogen, whoa, negative 20 degrees. Awesome. It's definitely going to take a little while to fill up, but for right now, it's kind of doing its thing. Oh, there's no automation wire between the two. Crap. Connect it. Did I accidentally reset all of the printing pods by doing this number? I think I might have. I rebuilt the tile beneath it, and I think I reset it. All right, so looking back at my recording here, it looks like near the end of cycle 82, I would have gotten 3 more duplicants. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in 3 more duplicants right now. Lee, welcome to the base. Frankie, you're going to be Patrick. Welcome to the base. And Amanda, welcome to the base as well. Thank you for supporting the channel. Boom! Just like that, 3 more dupes. It never stops. The real question is, I still got 18 cycles to go. Let's see if it can happen. This is unreachable at the moment, so that's a problem. Not to mention this has oxygen inside of it. Talk about all kinds of bad. We'll deconstruct that, and that, and that, just to make it happen. What? I don't have any wires? What happened to all my wires? Okay guys, it's time to dig. Higher priority, let's get this gold amalgam dug up. Aha! There we go. Okay, sweet. So here's the very first time that this system is running. And this is really what I was holding out for. I really want to show this to you. And hopefully it works, because I did a video on this one previously, which was air conditioning. And we can see that the temperature that hydrogen is negative 36.9 degrees. Scott! Why you keep suffocating, brah? That ain't good. I'm trying to cool this down, so maybe I want to use the radiator system to also cool that as well. I definitely can. If I wanted to, I could just kind of do this number. Now, this being a farm is kind of a different condition, right? So that comes out and then it wants to go back. So what I could do is I could take the runoff, right? So this is basically, once it's kind of hot, I'll then run it through the farm, and that'll cool it down a little, or that'll cool down the farm to a reasonable level before it then continues to flow out of the system. Let's just take a look at the decor real quick. Boom! Look at all that greenness. Bam! Look at that. That is so high. Look at this construction crew go. Man, they might even beat the gas here. So it's flowing up this direction first, which actually makes a lot of sense because it can't get to the other stuff. Or it could, it just doesn't want to, because that's backwards. See where flipping that thing would be really helpful? Now let's take a look at the temperature real quick. Look at the temperature inside of here. Boom, it's getting chilly. There we go. So now we've got power hooked up to this thing, so it's going to cycle back around, and we might be able to see, temperature-wise, things start to change. So you can see where that pipe is flowing now. And if we use a gas bridge to make this actually go the correct direction, like that, hopefully this will work out as expected. And I'll start to see the temperature in this area just start to drop. Too many dupes over here. They're all hungry. So what I can see here is that the temperature in this area has definitely gone down. Here and up there. It's much more comfortable. This down here is still kind of quite warm. And if we take a look at the overlay, we can see hydrogen kind of flowing around. Doing the best it's going to do, I guess. I could always just kind of extend it over here, so if it doesn't go into a generator, well then it can be used up. Alright, well, I've made it to the end of cycle 83 now, and things seem to be on track at this point. Still running into a problem with suffocation a little bit down here. I guess I gotta work on the oxygen system now. So we were able to develop a fairly decent cooling system, and we also got the liquid system figured out. Food is still doing pretty good, so we're still ahead, and we continue to move forward, so that's good. If we take a look at the reports here, net calorie was minus -16, but then we have a 19,000 day before that and a 27,000 day before that, so the numbers are doing quite well, but there is a low day every once in a while, so that's good. Glad to see that that is working. If I take a look at the dirt, it looks like we're going to be okay for a little while. We still got 59 tons. That is something we will have to deal with. We do have a lot of polluted water over here that we could start to steam up and, you know, turn that into a lot of dirt. You know, that's definitely possible. However, that doesn't seem like it's quite an urgent, you know, I don't need to do that right away. There's also some other areas where I could dig up some algae if I just want to go ahead and pump a lot more oxygen into some of these more difficult areas. It doesn't seem like I have much of a problem with the germ overlays, so I could probably just go ahead and do that. Slime ends up, you know, going where I want it to. But then again, maybe I could do some more automation stuff. Power systems, probably something I could work on as well. Plenty of stuff to do. So I'll see you again next time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Thanks for watching. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.